Hello everybody and welcome to the Gold and Silver Club end of week review. Today we'll be reviewing the latest developments in the commodities markets. We'll be analysing the week's performance. This live session is going to cover end of week summary for gold, silver and commodity currencies. We're going to look at the top trades of the week. We're going to cover live market commentary and technical analysis. We'll also be looking at the week ahead, so key events looking forward, and also answering any questions at all. Okay, so what a week it has been. So the headline news this week: gold price falls to a 2-week low. We're going to go through this in some on some live charts very shortly, guys. We've fallen all the way from $1,697, $1,697 an ounce, all the way down to $1,656. So we're looking at a $40 drop in price, or approximately 400 points. So it's been quite the move just this week on gold. Something that we discussed, for those of you who read our newsletter, who've been watching our videos, you would have seen this discussed on last week's webinar and last week's video, and also our newsletter. Okay, so let's talk about what happened. On Wednesday, the 23rd of January, just this Wednesday, US Congress passed a bill to extend the country's $16.4 trillion debt limit until the 19th of May. As a result, the USD strengthened and gold prices fell to a 1-week low. And now today, on Friday 25th of January 2013, gold has fallen further following a sizable fall in new US home sales for December. So announcement that came through just today at 3 o'clock. And whilst in Europe, the ECB announced it would repay 137 billion euros, so 183.2 billion in cheap loans, which reassured investors the Eurozone banking system was stabilizing. So very important news. And as we said before, volatility really is a trader's best friend. This news is creating several highly profitable trading opportunities this week. And really looking ahead to next week, the big question now is, will gold prices rebound or continue to fall? Okay, so just a little bit about myself and Nick. I'm Phil Carr, professional trainer and speaker. I'm the co-founder and director of the Gold and Silver Club. I specialize in teaching people how to make money from trading the biggest financial markets in the world. So Forex, gold and silver. I train hundreds of individuals to become independent traders, successfully manage their own investment portfolio, and I'm responsible for the research and development of the Gold and Silver Club's trademark strategies that have a proven track record of generating returns for traders. Also a regular contributor to a number of financial publications and speak at numerous trading seminars, webinars and workshops. This is Nick Cowsey, professional trader, investment analyst and speaker. Nick began his career within private wealth management in 2002 before making the transition into proprietary trading. Prior to co-founding the Gold and Silver Club, Nick spent over 5 years coaching professional fund managers and traders internationally for some of the world's top-tier hedge funds and investment banks. It's through his first-hand relationships with some of the world's most successful traders he's discovered the formula, mindset and tools that can give any individual the definitive edge to make money in any economy. Regularly writes for a number of global business and financial publications and appears frequently on financial television. In fact, here's us recently on Swiss television, Dukascopy TV. This was us being interviewed about our commentary for the gold and silver market. Here is some recent press we've been in, so Global Banking and Finance Review, International Life Magazine and the South African. Guys, so that's just a little bit about ourselves, the Gold and Silver Club. So let's have a look, turn our eyes to the markets. We're going to look at the gold price right now. And if you want to have a look at your charts right now, even if you're watching this on a video, take a note of what the price is, because currently the price is $1,658 an ounce. So we've had quite the fall today. So just to remind you really of the key announcements today. Okay, so the ECB, European Central Bank, they announced it would repay 137 billion euros, okay, in cheap loans, which was reassured investors the Eurozone banking system was stabilizing. If you look at the euro at the moment, the euro is flying. It's absolutely been rocketing over the last couple of days. In particular, today we moved up another leg. And on Friday today, also gold, as you can see, it's fallen further after we've had more news come out of America, the home sales. So this is something we talked about a lot. The volatility of the markets at the moment, very news-driven markets that you can take advantage of. So have a look at our top trades of the week. You'll see how we actually took advantage of the markets during this week. Okay, so this is using the Gold and Silver Club signature trading strategies, okay? So first of all, we want to look at pound dollar. Now, pound dollar has been moving very nicely in terms of price action this week. Not only did we have one, not two, but we had three very nice setups just for long positions, which you can see on my screen here. So the first one being on Monday, where we've come down, we've tested a key price action level. All the setup criteria we use for our strategies has all been ticked, and we've got in for a nice long position just out at this level of resistance here, out at a pivot point and out at a level of resistance. You can see the prices then just turned around, come back down, retested the 1.5811 area. We've had another rally, come all the way back up again to our take profit area. The price actually come down. We've actually had a very clear sell signal. You'll see here just from the candlestick formation. And also getting to a key price action level. Prices reversed, come back down to 1.5811, and for a third time we actually got in again and took another 50 points, okay, and you were able to short that as well afterwards and just short it down to another price action level. But even if you didn't short it, just taking the opportunities to buy pound dollar this week from 1.5811 to 1.5861, profitability of 50 pips on those trades, each of those trades. So for each lot that you are trading on this market, we're looking to risk on this trade 15 pips. So we're risking $150 per lot, and we're looking at a profit, or we made a profit of 50 pips per lot that we traded, so $500 profit for a 3-to-1 ratio. So over the course of the week, over 150 pips in profit just on pound dollar. And here are the other markets we had some top trades on this week. So New Zealand US dollar. So we've seen the big fall in gold and silver this week. So there's been a really nice setup of New Zealand US dollar. You'll see their level of resistance, couldn't break through it. We've had an entry point at 0.8441, and we've come down to 0.8367. So a nice profit there of 74 pips. You can see where we just come all the way down, and from a 20 pip risk, so each lot we traded for $200 risk, we made $740 profit, okay, for a 20 risk for 74 pips, so just over a 3-to-1 risk to reward. You can see there where we've exactly hit our profit target with New Zealand US dollar selling short when gold and silver have been selling off. That was just yesterday on Thursday. USD Canadian dollar, we finally broke out, okay? You can see this level where we entered here, 0.9947. The price has spiked up, and we've actually got all the way up to our take profit level just earlier part today. So from 0.9947 to 1.0031, nice gain of 84 pips. So for each lot we traded, we risk 210 pips, so $210 risk, and we made 84 pips on each of those trades, so $840 profit from a risk of 21 pips. So 4-to-1 risk to reward on USD CAD, one of the commodity currencies that we love to trade. And finally, we have, of course, seen a big momentum to the downside on gold. Now, this is something that we highlighted in earlier webinars this week, and also something that we had on our newsletter, the potential for this downtrend to be really either broken out of to the upside or to resume. You'll see there we've been in a downtrend really since the end of September last year, and this trend has actually, we did get some confirmation just on Thursday that we couldn't break through that level. We have subsequently had a sell-off, so pretty much around 1693. We've not been able to break above 1700. We saw a sell-off from 1693, and we've come all the way down, and we actually exited just at 1674 initially. We've taken some profit at this level, where you can see the momentum is continuing to the downside even today, which we'll cover very shortly. So for each lot we traded, there was a risk of $600, 60 pips to make 190 pips, so $1,900. So for a nice 3-to-1 risk to reward on gold as the downtrend continues. Okay, so what we're going to do, guys, we're going to look over at the live markets, and we'll see what's going on right now with gold, silver, and the commodity currencies, okay? Okay, so here we go. This is silver, and as you can see with silver, silver is actually following a very similar pattern to gold at the moment. So silver is, in fact, it's not been able to break out of this downtrend here. You can see here where we've started to sell off. We have also been capped off by I'll show you on the moving averages, the 50-day moving average, but you can see where we've just not been able to break past it. If we were able to break past it, or if we do have a retest, we would expect quite a significant move to the upside and a breakout and targeting $33, but we just couldn't break through the upper trend line there, and we started to reverse. We've fallen in the range of just about over 100 points on silver now, over $1 and 100 cents on silver. Okay, so here's the big move that we've had over the last couple of days to the downside. Same situation with gold. So you can see here the trend line is still intact, the downward moving trend. So if the price was to continue falling, we are currently getting some support at the 1660 level. So this is a key price action level at the moment where we could get some sort of reversal, but we would expect either more momentum to the downside taking us back towards a 1626 level over the next week, or if we get supported at this level, we could see a rally back up to 1674 and possibly retesting this trend line, okay? But it's very important for us to break out of this before you really start loading up in your positions for long on gold at the moment. So let's just take a look at the key moving averages on these markets right now. Okay, so here we are looking, let's move across to gold. Here we can see on gold at the moment that we are actually testing quite a critical level here, the 200-day moving average. In fact, we're just about breaking through that currently. So if gold's momentum does continue past this 200-day moving average, it's really in favor of the bears at the moment. The bears will be in control. We can see here where we've not been able to break through the 50-day moving average. We were just hitting against this level of resistance, and we utilize a couple of additional moving averages which are signaling that we may be about to head lower on gold. Obviously, we are being supported by this 1660 level at the moment, but if we do continue the momentum downwards, we could see a test of this 1626 level on gold, quite an important level. Very similar situation to silver. Silver has not taken as much as, it's not fallen as much actually as gold. We are still getting a very similar pattern occur, so we are seeing the price actually come down from the same trend line. We're at 31.13 at the moment. We're still above the 200-day moving average. You can see that we are back below the 50-day moving average. Whether we are now going to get some sort of additional momentum taking us down, really back down towards the 29, 28 level, we'll find out very shortly next week. Obviously, next week there's a lot of news going on, and we've got non-farm payroll as well, so we definitely would get some further clarity, or whether we're going to get supported here and make a retest of the 32 level. That's what you want to be watching on for next week, okay, in terms of your gold and silver positions. If you look at USD CAD, wow, what a move. So once we got back above that 200-day moving average, we've really popped to the upside. Everything is signaling very much on the side of the bulls at the moment. We've moved very strongly to the upside on USD Canadian dollar, where we managed to trade a nice breakout just this week. Okay, so we're just going to take this back to our key markets to let's have a look actually in a little bit more detail on what is going on at the moment, and bringing it back actually, let's have a look, and we're going to go across to, okay, here we go. Very interesting at the moment actually on silver. So we just got a few price action levels on our chart at the moment, and what we're actually seeing at the moment, silver is actually we are getting a bounce at the moment of this 31.12 level. You can see the price has come all the way down. It's just hit our Fibonacci channel there. So you can see the price just come down, and but that's with great accuracy actually that we've actually followed this price action. The price has come down, and this is where we're being supported today, just at 31.12. Okay, so very interested to see where we're going to move from here next week. And if we take a little bit of a closer look on gold as well, you can see here where we're getting supported ever so slightly at this 16.59 price action level currently. Okay, so this is where we are finding some support currently on gold. So let me very quickly show you the screen in a little bit more detail, and we'll see where we could potentially go from here. Okay, so here the price has come down 1660. You can see we've broken through some key resistance levels. So we've broken through 1691. We've held a little bit 1674. We've broken through, and we're currently actually being supported at 1660. So next week is going to be very critical for the gold and silver market, whether we're going to get a retest and back down on gold of the 1626 level. We will be certainly watching with very eagerly, or whether we're going to start to get a bit of a retracement now, and whether we're going to come back and we're going to retest the 1674 or even 1691 level. So let's turn our eye across to commodity currencies and see what commodity currencies are doing currently. Okay, so here's the breakout on USD Canadian dollar. So we talked about this where we actually traded the breakout. You can see here this red line just indicating where we took the trade at 0.9949, and we are continuing to break out on USD Canadian dollar at the moment. Okay, if we just turn our eye to New Zealand US dollar, perfect. Okay, so New Zealand US dollar is actually, we've had a bit of a bounce from 0.83600 level. You can see here, this was the market we shorted previously when we got back to this level of resistance. So we had a nice trade back down to this price action level of 0.83600, and we are actually getting a bit of a bounce. You can see this whole area is supportive. Okay, you can see where that's been supported today, and we are getting a bit of a late rally late in the day. So let's have a look at Australian. Oh, fantastic. Okay, so Australian US dollar, we are just bouncing off our Fibonacci channel. You can see the accuracy. Seriously, guys, if you don't have these levels on your charts, you really need them to trade the commodity currencies, gold and silver. Do get in touch about how you can get these, because they make such a lot of difference. You can see where the price has just, with pinpoint accuracy, just bounced off our Fibonacci channel there, and we are seeing a little bit of a move to the upside late in the day on Australian US dollar. We have had one big downward move, which you can see where we've sold off over the course of the last 2 days, and now we are finding ourselves with a little bit of support here just at 1.0404 level on Australian US dollar. Very quickly going to look at the Euro USD. Okay, so there you have it, guys. The Euro USD is reacting extremely positively at the moment to the news which came out today. So again, reminding you, the ECB announced it would repay 137 billion euros. That's 133.2 billion in dollars in cheap loans, which reassured investors the Eurozone banking system was stabilizing. And here you can see that we're having, we're at the 1.34673. So we're finishing really strong on the euro late in the day there. So interesting setups are going to be to watch next week. Australian US dollar, we're getting a little bit of bounce at the moment. We may get a little reversal, or maybe even some profit taking as short sellers are taking profit. New Zealand US dollar, we're getting a bounce late in the day as well. You can see we're getting a bounce off 0.83600. USD Canadian dollar, we've had quite the breakout, which managed to catch the majority of this move, and you can see a little bit of profit taking is occurring late in the day there. Okay, so you really want to know what news is happening next week, guys. Okay, that's very important. We do have non-farm payroll. We have several other major news announcements occurring next week. So let's turn our attention to next week and what to expect, what to look at moving forward. Okay. So first of all, on Monday at 1:30 p.m., we have the US core durable goods orders. So that's a measure in the change in the total value of new orders for long-lasting manufactured goods. So a higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish for the US dollar. Very important, because the US dollar is inversely correlated to gold and silver. So if the US dollar is rallying, you will see gold and silver falling, which we've seen this week. If the US dollar falls, gold and silver rally. That's gold and silver, we're trading them priced in dollars, so they're inversely correlated, okay? Then Tuesday, 3 o'clock, you want that in your diary, US consumer confidence. This measures the level of consumer confidence in economic activity. It's a leading indicator as it can predict consumer spending, which plays a major role in overall economic activity, okay? So a high reading will point to high consumer optimism. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish for the US dollar. That will affect all the currencies pairs that you trade that have the US dollar in them, and also gold and silver. Next on Wednesday, for those of you also trading New Zealand, US dollar, we have the interest rate decision. So the Reserve Bank of New Zealand decide where to set the rate. So the traders watch with a lot of interest, we certainly will be, as the short-term interest rates and are the primary factor in the currency valuation. So a higher than expected rate should be taken as bullish for the New Zealand dollar, while a lower than expected rate is bearish. Okay, this is important because New Zealand dollar is correlated to gold price. You often see them moving in tandem. You've seen them sell off significantly over the last 2 days alongside gold and silver, and we're now starting to get a little bit of a bounce just at this current time. Okay, next Thursday, 1:30 p.m. CAD GDP, very important for your USD Canadian trades, USD CAD trades. That measures the annualized change in the inflation-adjusted value of all goods and services produced by the economy. So it's the primary indicator of the economy's health. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the USD CAD. A lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. And that's obviously important because we trade USD CAD. It's correlated to gold price and very much correlated to oil price as well. You can see USD Canadian dollar is breaking out to the upside today. So is oil. No coincidence there. And next Friday, at 1 p.m., we have the Chinese manufacturing PMI. That's important. The index provides an early indication each month of economic activities in the Chinese manufacturing sector. So every month, questionnaires are sent to over 700 manufacturing enterprises in all over China. The data represents purchasing activity and supply situations. So a higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish, okay? That's important because we have correlation with gold and silver down to this Chinese data. If it's strong, often that can cause a bullish move for gold and silver. If it's weak, that can cause some weakness in commodities, gold and silver. And then finally on Friday, the big one, if you can only trade one announcement next week, make sure it's non-farm payroll. Friday at 1:30 p.m., this measures the US unemployment change in the number of people employed. So job creation is, of course, an important indicator of consumer spending. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the USD, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish for the USD. And that's really important because the USD is correlated inversely to the gold price. So next Friday, 1:30, non-farm payroll, that's the big one. And that will be more details of that on our newsletter. Okay, so if you'd like to learn more, find out how to get all our indicators onto your charts, how to really read the gold, silver, the commodity currencies and the Asia Pacific market, please do get in touch. You can just very simply go to Learn to Trade via application only at www.thegoldandsilverclub.com/course form. So very simply just go to our website, thegoldandsilverclub.com. You can click on Learn to Trade. Fill in the application at our office. We'll be in touch to get that organized for you. And you can also subscribe to our newsletter at www.thegoldandsilverclub.com. Do take advantage of this. You will receive a free weekly gold and silver and commodity currency news, live market analysis and prices. Finally, any questions at all, do get in touch. You can get in touch with us at office@thegoldandsilverclub.com, or you can telephone our UK or Asia office, okay? So our UK office in London is 0207 193 0403, or get in contact at our Asia office at 852 8191 0403. Okay, so that brings us to an end of this week's gold and silver report. Have a fantastic week's trading. If you've got any questions, do get in touch. We'll see you on the next one. So have a great weekend, everybody, and good luck for next week's trading. Bye-bye.